guys, Fraser Malcolm here for Golf FM, and today's video is about something which has been slightly bugging me for a while now, and it's to do with protein bars and health bars and things like that, because I've had them in the shop for quite a while and I'm just noticing that people just seem to be afraid of them. It's like it's something new and I don't want to know. Give me my Mars bar and let me go out and play golf. There's bits and pieces that you need to know about these which might encourage you to think, well, I'm going to ditch the Mars bar and I'm going to go for the Grenade bar or the Barebell's bar, whatever it is. But unless you try these things, you're never going to know. It's almost like a 2-year-old, you know, when they won't try the baby food and you know they'll like it because it's carrot and it's got nice things in it for them and you know they like it. Choo-choo trains coming along into the mouth, but no, they spit it out. Well, it's almost like that carries on once you get into adulthood and you get down to the pro shop and, you know, you're presented with something new and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, don't give me any new, you know, I can't handle anything new. Let's just stick to what I know. Well, give you some facts and figures on these things and maybe it'll change your mind. And the other thing to remember about these, and I'm actually going to eat some in front of you just to prove that they are edible by human beings, that, you know, they didn't just sort of bring it out and spend hours and hours and weeks and months and months trying to come out with this product and then think, oh, it's all right. Yeah, well, some people might like it. Let's put it out and see, we might be all right. You know, they were doing focus groups. They're doing tests on people. They're giving it to people and they're saying, genuinely, tell us if you don't like it. And there would have been a few people that liked it, but they would have ended up 9 people out of 10 probably saying, yeah, it's really nice. I really like that. And then when you hear the actual health benefits of it and what it's given you, then, you know, you'll never look back. So, Grenade bars. Let's see, I've got a little bit of fact sheet here. Grenade bars, 13 flavours. I'm going to show you the ones that I rate. I think I've had most of them, and some of them, they're all right. You know, they're edible, but I don't think they're too scary for a start. For things like mint and stuff like that, people go, oh, mint, I'm not going near that. You know, that might kill me sort of thing. I'm not going to have that. But these are the ones that I've got a chance of you even liking the name of, and that you would actually like them when you try them. 13 flavours, UK based, so safety net of it being British. And you know, we don't muck about when it comes to stuff like this. Low sugar, low carbs, high protein, sustained energy and not a quick burst. Yeah, that's true. So we're into what they do for you now. They're high, so the high protein thing and the low carbs is, they're saying, is promoting weight loss, preserves muscle mass, improves blood sugar, lowers your risk of heart disease and enhances bone health. And then I suppose the only downside for these type of bars, if you're going to call it a downside, is that in their quest to taste nice, they have sweeteners. So they have virtually no sugar, but they have sweeteners, which is obviously good for you from the point of view not putting on weight and things like that, and not giving you quick bursts of energy that then just disappears. It actually lasts the whole, well, not the whole round, but it'll last a lot longer than a Mars bar would. There's xylitol. There's studies that, you know, it's up in the air about, it's in fizzy drinks and all the rest of it, and there's some people don't like the thought of xylitol, but it's not proven, I don't think, to do anything bad. And the other ones, maltitol and polydextrose, they are more, the only thing you've got to worry about with them, and it's like anything in these no sugar sweets, I don't know if you've ever had them, you know, you get jelly sweets and you get boiled sweets and stuff like that, and they'll say no sugar. You thought, oh, this is unbelievable, because you taste them and you think, oh, that's nice, I'll take them. I took them to the cinema once. I felt, instead of filling up like a goodie bag of all the pick and mix, I bought stuff from, I think it was Sainsbury's, and they had loads of different no sugar sweets. And I put them all in the bag, went to the cinema and started eating away, thinking this is great. I'm not eating sugar here, but I feel like I'm having sweets. And I thought, it's perfect. Why was I not doing this years ago? And about 3/4 of the way through the film, I started getting these stomach cramps. It was like there and then. It wasn't like after the film, it was during the film. And so it was starting to get really sore stomach. And I never really get sore stomachs to speak of. And it was all these sweeteners. And and the thing it is it's a bit like a laxative. So if you were to eat a hell of a lot of these, and they say actually on the thing, don't eat more than 2 a day. But to be honest, you wouldn't eat more than 2 a day. You have one when you're playing sport or something like that. But if you had about, if you sat down and thought, oh, well, they're protein and there's no sugar and they're really good for me, I'm just going to eat this as my only food source. If you did that, then you would have stomach cramps and all the rest of it. But if you're eating these, I've had 2 in a day and there's no effect at all. So the levels of it are low. But I wouldn't advise getting pick and mix sugar-free sweets to go to the cinema. Certainly don't eat as many as I did, or you'll be in trouble. So to get on with a bit more stats on these things, you've got the grenade bar coming in at calories per bar 217. Then you've got the Barebell bar. Again, don't be afraid just because you haven't heard the name. Doesn't matter. You know, it's perfectly safe to eat, and I'll show you that in a minute. 203 calories per bar, and then you've got the thing in the middle. I thought I'd show you this as an example because a lot of people eat things like this. The sort of an average muesli bar, I would call it, or whatever you want to call it. That's got 257 calories, so it's not bad as well. But there's more to hear on that one as well. The Mars bar, the baddie of the piece, this is similar for a lot of the other ones, 354 calories. So you're looking at grenade bar 217, this 354. Right, that doesn't sound like it's not double or anything like that, but it's quite a bit more. But then you get onto the other things like sugar per bar. So sugar per bar in the grenade bar is 1.5. Sugar per bar in that is 48. So that is where it all starts to go sadly wrong for the Mars bar. So that just gives you a rush of energy, which gets you all hyped up, and then is gone about 10 minutes later. Well, I don't know exact times, but it certainly doesn't last as long as the energy release and something like that. Protein. So we've heard how good protein is for you. 23.3 grams of it in that. 3.4 grams of it in that, almost nothing. In the muesli bar, its sugar is 24.7, so it's decent, but it's still quite high compared to the grenade bar. And then you've got protein of 3.2, so again, really low on that point of view. The Barebell's bar, 1.4, so even slightly lower. I should say that some of the grenade bars have got 2 grams and some have got 1.7 and things like that, but then I don't think there's any over 2. There might be one that's 2.2, I don't know, but it's not very much. So that one's 20 grams of protein, 1.4 grams of sugar and 203 calories. That's the lowest calories as well. I actually think there's a couple of these flavors of these Barebells which are potentially the nicest of them all. And I have been in my search for a sort of self-inflicted no sugar food regime, trying to avoid refined sugar. I've been searching out all of these different ones, and these ones here are the sort of the creme de la creme of the protein bars. So they're ones that actually do taste nice, because if you're gonna change to something like this, or you're gonna do any sort of diet, I think, or change what you eat, it's got to be sustainable. You've got to be able to think, this is nice enough that I can keep doing this and I'm not going to get sick of them. Because the reason you eat Mars bars, or anyone eats Mars bars and stuff like that, is because they're nice. The sugar's addictive. It's a nice taste and you want to have it. So you've got to find these things, if you're going to eat them, you've got to find ones you like so that you can keep doing it so you don't get sick of them. And these ones I haven't ever got sick of, to be honest with you. Yeah, let me try to eat them to show you what nothing happens to you. Let's see if this is. I'm doing in about 30 quid's worth of product here, but you know it's all in a good cause. So this is peanut nutter. So there's obviously peanuts in it. You would have thought it's going to have a peanut taste, but I can tell you this tastes pretty similar to eating a Snickers. This is as close as I can tell you. So let's have a go. That's nice. You know, I'd be lying if I said it tasted exactly like a chocolate bar, because it's got something, it's got a little tiny edge to it that on a blind taste test you would say, oh, I'm not so sure that might be something different to just a normal sweet. But it is more than nice enough as a sort of treat. I have that with a cup of tea sometimes. Instead of eating a Mars bar, I think, well, let's have one of these, getting a bit of protein in me. And I'm not even doing any exercise, but at least it's better than eating 354 calories of just complete sugar and fat. So that's there. Nothing happened to me, did it? Peanut nutter, nothing happened. One of the ones that I would say that's my favourite in terms of tasting the most like a sweet, and this is white chocolate salted peanut. Now when I read that, I'm all for one for trying different things when it comes to these sort of things. I was a bit hesitant to try that because I thought, oh, white chocolate salted peanut. I think this sort of salted caramel thing has gone a wee bit too far. It didn't exist in sweets before, now it's in everything. And I sort of feel like, well, just calm down with the salted caramel a wee bit. And this one's tried to do the same thing, white chocolate salted peanut. But I'm telling you, this one, I mean, look at it. Let me get a close-up of that. I don't know if that'll go out of focus, but so it's got a nice look. And then, I'll just show you. They're crumbly. Nothing wrong with that. They're a wee bit chewy, all of them, but these ones are not bad. I know some of the protein bars are like solid and really, really thick and chewy and hard work. These are not like that. There's still a bit of chewiness to them. That's also something to do with the protein that's in them. But that has got this sort of nutty taste, really sort of sweet. It's almost like a white chocolate Snickers, which I don't even think they've invented. So, I mean, if they come out with that, then I want some credit, to be honest. But that is pretty much my favorite. I would say it's nicer than the peanut nutter one. So that was salted white chocolate and salted peanut. Yeah. This one you'll have seen in Costa Coffee, because they seem to have that flavour in Costa Coffee, and this is part of the reason I noticed sales picking up a little bit on grenade bars is because one of these massive high street chains like that, which people trust, started stocking these things. And suddenly people think, oh, well, if Costa Coffee's got it, then there can't be anything wrong with it. And that's true. It is true. There is nothing wrong with them. And birthday cake, this one's called birthday cake, tastes like birthday cake. And it's really nice. And the thing I like about this one is actually all the little hundreds and thousands, because they kind of collect in the bottom of the packet after, and you think you've finished, but then you can finish off all these little dots and stuff at the bottom. So let's have a go at this one. It's nice. It's nice. That one, if somebody said to me, oh, I don't really like it, I wouldn't have a problem with that, because it's slightly different. Still, it actually genuinely tastes a bit like a birthday cake. And I like birthday cake. So I'm fine with that. But I can understand the other two. I'd actually have a problem if somebody said they're not nice, because I mean, if you like Snickers and things like that, and you don't like that, and you're saying you don't like them, well, I think it's all in your head. I'm sorry. And then this one, cookies and cream. Nice one. Not one of my absolute favourites. There's another one that's a bit like this. I've forgotten the name of it. And they're 6.5 a dozen. But again, perfectly nice thing. It's got sort of little Rice crispy bits in it, this one. Quite a few of them have got that actually. Let's have a go. Yeah, I can sort of taste the sweetener a wee bit more in that one. That white chocolate and salted peanut and white chocolate one, you can't even taste the sweetener. That one's quite nice. Again, it's a bit sort of Mars barry with a bit of this crispiness, the Rice crispy thing in it. It's not bad. It's not, as I say, it's not my favourite. If we run out of the other ones, then I'm quite happy to eat that with a cup of tea, but I maybe wouldn't be my first choice of them, but it's a nice one. That's cookies and cream. And then on to this one, which is a new one that I got recently. The Barebell's bars are every bit as nice as the grenade bars and actually have no sugar in them compared to what says 1.4, but I don't know, it's on the side it says no added sugar. Anyway, they're extremely low in sugar. And I think some of the flavours of these are the nicest of the lot. There's a hazelnut one and there's a cookies and cream one. And they're seriously nice. And there's a caramel cashew one, which I think I've had once, which is pretty nice as well. But because people don't see these in Costa Coffee, they're frightened off and they just won't go near them. So I stocked these and they would be out on in the shop floor. And I would go every now and again, you know, I'm saying every now and again, it's probably every day. Go every day and get one and think, oh, I'm gonna have a cup of tea now. I'll have one of these bars. Which one will I have? And I used to think, well, I'll have the Barebell's bar because nobody's buying them. And then it became blatantly obvious that I was eating all of them. So they just weren't selling at all. And I was going through, it was me that was getting rid of the boxes. So this one is actually a true story. This is the last of the box of 12. And they didn't even make it out to the shop floor. I just kept them in the back and went through and got them because I thought they're actually that nice that it got to the stage where I didn't really want to sell them because I wanted to eat them myself. And that is high praise indeed. If you're not even trying, you know, you're hiding them from people in a shop because you like them so much. So let's have a go at this. You don't have to ask me twice. Look at that. You've got to remember, when you're eating these, you're eating protein and you're eating virtually no sugar. And it's incredible. It really is. And we come to the one big downside of these is the extortionate price of them. And I sell them, I think, for £2.25. And that, I think the Barebell's one's about, yeah, they're about, well, my Barebell's one might be even dearer. I think it's £2.45. But I mean, a lot of shops are £2.50 for the grenade bars. And if you stop at a motorway service station, you're just about to have a heart attack trying to buy one in a shop because I think they might even be over £3. I mean, it's just horrible. And then obviously the Mars bar, that's the one thing it's got in its well, it's got two things in its going for it. They taste nice. They're cheap, right? So, you know, it's not the end of the world eating these because you're out doing some exercise and you're probably burning it off, so it's fine. But think how much better you'd be off eating one of these if you could get a taste for it. And I mean, it's okay, it's another £1.50 or whatever, but it's not that much money. And I mean, you don't play golf every single day. Well, most people don't. So if you're playing a couple of times a week, you're playing 18 holes, then it's a fiver. You know, it's not that bad. The normal sort of muesli bars are fine, but as I say, they've got quite a bit more sugar than them. They have no protein, or very little protein, most of them. And they actually cost very similar quite often to the grenade bars. I mean, that one's £2, which seems a lot, but that's what they are. Anyway, that is probably it. It seems incredible that I can sit here and talk about things like that for so long. My wife, when she's editing these things, says, I just cannot come to terms with how long you can talk about certain things. But I felt quite strongly about this because I feel like it's not like it's a desperate rush to they've got to sell, like I've got suddenly tons of stock that I need to get through, because it isn't. I'll just stop buying them if they didn't sell. I'll just keep selling Mars bars. I'm going to keep stocking them anyway, because because I want them, basically. So they'll be here whether you like it or not. And all I'm saying is try them, because they aren't actually very frightening. And you'll be amazed. You might actually really develop a like for them. And then when it's giving you all that benefit as well, then it's a winner both ways. So give it a go. Go out on the course. It might even make you play better. You get stronger, more muscles and protein, and you'll be laughing. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.